Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Gary Kay, and you are watching a special edition of my Rants and rAVes podcast. I'm excited to be joined with Wayne Borg, who's the marketing manager for Casio. Good morning, Wayne. How are you?
I'm doing great. Very happy to be here.
I appreciate you being on. For those that don't know, you invented an entire product category of projectors with having the first solid. You actually had the first solid state lighting system in a projector using LED, and now you've moved on to both LED and laser LED. And I did an awesome booth tour at Infocom with all your products. And out of that booth tour, you may not know this, I decided to use your new 4K laser projector in a new active learning classroom we built at the University of North Carolina.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, Casio, actually, we pioneered laser LED technology in 2010. We're coming up on our 10th year anniversary. We've made over 1 million lamp-free projectors year to date,
including a projector that's on the space station. But we'll get into one of the cool things that, there's a lot of little niches that exist right now that are sort of the sweet spots for the projector industry. And interestingly enough, we go back 5 years ago, everybody was talking about the projector industry dying, but there's so many applications for large format displays and image mapping. And in my classroom, we're doing digital canvassing. We're putting multiple pieces of content on the screen at the same time, something you can't do with a 65-inch display. But the projector we're going to talk about today is the new XJS400UN. Tell me a little bit about that projector, and if you don't mind pulling it up and showing it to everyone.
Yep, this is our Superior Series laser LED light source. This is the XJS400UN, full connectivity package on it as well. It's 4,000 lumens, WUXGA, full HD resolution. It has our 8th generation light engine. So we've been making laser projectors for 10 years, and this is our 8th generation, so it's tried and true, works very well. With this, it's a perfect fit for classrooms, higher education classrooms, or any place where you need a reliable projector that can get up to a 300-inch screen size, and they last for a very long time, Gary.
Yeah, so it's laser LED, which means it's going to last at least 20,000 hours. I don't know what you technically spec it at, but I mean, it's definitely going to be in that range. But you said it's WXJ, which means 1920 by 1200, right?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay.
And then, actually, when you said about 20,000 hours, it's rated for up to 20,000 hours, and we know they actually last for 20,000 hours because since we've been making them for so long, we have plenty of projectors that are out in the market that have been used for over 20,000 hours, and they're still going strong. So when we say they're 20,000 hours, it actually does last for that long.
I mean, having been in the industry 30 years, and by the way, this isn't my normal voice. I lost my voice about a week ago, and I don't know if it's ever coming back. But having been in the industry 30 years, it's amazing that you can lift so easily a 4,000 ANSI Lumen projector. I mean, we used to have to project in the dark. So now, let me come back to a couple of questions I have for you. The Casio is kind of in a unique position because you're the only company that's sort of leveraging this type of technology right now. And like you said, you've been shipping it for 10 years now. Where do you see, like you've been in the industry for a while, where do you see the industry if we were to look forward? You came from even another projector company, if I remember correctly, a decade or so ago. Where do you see this industry moving forward? Where are the sweet spots for the integration community and the end user out there to use projectors? I mean, obviously classrooms are going to have projectors forever until we regularly have 130-inch LCDs that are affordable. But besides the obvious, the classroom and training environments, where are you seeing a lot of these projectors going in?
Well, with the shift from lamp-based projectors to laser projectors that last so much longer and they run a lot cooler, you can put laser projectors into a lot of places where you couldn't put a lamp projector because of the heat and the enclosures. Also, with projectors, you have so much more flexibility. Like you mentioned, if you buy a flat panel, 65-inch or 75-inch flat panel, that's what you have is a 65, 75-inch flat panel. Well, with the projector, I can do a 30-inch screen, or I can go all the way up to a 20-foot screen and fill up the whole wall. So you have a lot more flexibility with projection than you could have with any flat panels.
So I believe you've been in our industry for about 20 years. What's the most significant development over that 20 years, do you think? I'm just curious what you think has really been the big impact.
Well, I think for projectors, it's definitely the laser and LED light sources, because you're doing away with the biggest pain point in projection, which is the lamp. The lamps, they degrade really quickly, within 2,000 to 3,000 hours. The biggest pain is getting up on ladders and changing lamps. And of course, they always break down at the worst possible moments when you need them the most. So by the shift over to laser, and with Casio, we use a hybrid laser LED, that eliminates the biggest pain point, which is the lamps.
One last question. Obviously, over the last year, everybody's been talking about 4K, and you've come out with your own line of 4K projectors. What's the breakdown right now of 4K as we head into 2020? Is it 5%, 10% of what you're shipping? What is the number, and where do you see it at the end of 2020?
It's still a small percentage of our overall business, and I think as there more 4K content becomes available, you'll see more people shifting over to the 4K. In the education channel, you're not seeing it as much because they don't really need it because they're using mostly data. It's mostly text and numbers. And even in some of the corporate environments, you're using a lot of text and numbers as opposed to the graphics. So as you see more 4K content, or 8K or 16K, whatever's coming down the pipe next, I think you'll start to see more of an influx onto the projectors that can support that technology.
And what percentage do you think will be 4K by the end of 2020?
I couldn't even say. Maybe 10%.
10%.
20%.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, 10 to 20%. Well, I've been talking to Wayne Borg, who's the marketing manager at Casio. You can check them out. Where should I send them? Casio.com? Where do you want me to send them?
You should go to www.casiolampfree.com. It has a ton of information on all of our projectors.
Excellent. CasioLampFree.com. I'll put a link directly into this particular 400UN projector. And Wayne, thanks for joining me. I'll see you at InfoComm, if not before, maybe DSE, maybe ISE. But thanks for taking your time today.
Gary, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
And thank you all for listening and watching. Of course, you can see I think I'm on something like 950 of these video casts and podcasts. You can see all that at ravepubs.com. Thanks for watching.